Hi everyone, I am back. My apologies for not being consistent the last few weeks. It's been a really busy time completing some commissions. I had deadlines as well as preparing for 2 shows. So I'm back now. So having said that, sometimes it's good to walk away from a detailed piece like this, just to kind of gain some perspective and to maybe revisit how you want to tackle it. And I find I don't do it a lot, but occasionally it's good to do. So without further ado, the fox right up here in this area right here, just above his head. So if you actually look at the image here, you can see right up here, this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some darker browns just at the crest here, and then continue on with the fur. So part of it is the back or top of his head, and then it looks like it could be some of his body. I'm not sure, but we're gonna see what we can do there on putting some brown glass. So while I grab the brown glass, I will check back in with you in just a moment. Okay, so let me see if I can do this without knocking the camera out of position. So in this area here, let's see if our glue source is going to work here. Let me just get a different glue here, a different bottle. Okay, so I am going to put a little bit of glue down. So again, if you're putting your glue down on your substrate, you have to be fairly timely at getting your pieces put in there because it dries fairly fast. Again, that's environmental. It depends on if you're working in a bit of a warm area. I think everybody is right now with our current weather. And these pieces are a little shorter. They're different lengths though. I'm just putting them in there just to kind of create a bit of a line or division. And then what I will do is continue on with some of the same color, that caramel color, and just blend those in with it. And you want, when you're putting these little pieces of glass down to represent the fur, you know, you don't want them all lined up exactly the same height. You almost want them a little staggered. And they can have a little bit of, you know, they can kind of lean to the left or the right. They don't have to sit up straight. And the benefit of that is it makes it look more natural. So just place them fairly quickly. I mean, it takes me longer to pick these little pieces up with my tweezers than it does for me to set it down. And just like that. Of course, all the small pieces always fall to the bottom of the tray, so it takes a little bit of time to dig them out. Put that there. And we'll just shove that piece in there. And there's just a little spot there. We will stick this piece right in there. So again, when you're working with these tiny little pieces, you have to ensure that they are sitting flat. So just be mindful of that as well. So now I'm going to continue on. It's very, very subtle, the darker pieces in there, but it'll work itself out momentarily as I continue on with that area. Okay, so you can see just up here, there's just ever so slightly, there's just a little bit of brown pieces here. And then I filled in this area here. So now what we're going to do is we are going to work on more of this area. So when I look at the digital image here on my iPad, this area continues. It's going to be a little bit darker. We're going to put some browns with the caramel blending, so very much a continuation of this, and then it's going to graduate into a more gray and white area here. And so as I continue now with the body, so this would be a bit of the side of the face, but it's going down the neck. What you're going to find is on this particular animal, the fur gets longer, and so you do have the option of actually using some larger pieces rather than, they don't all have to be really small like this. You can still use them if you've already got them cut, but you can blend and integrate some larger pieces within that. So as you can see right here, these pieces are really, really small, really short and tiny. But as we continue here, this fur is longer. So we're gonna blend some of that in and go from there. So I will continue on with that. I hope all of you are following along, are understanding my process. Sometimes I have to kind of sit back and review it and figure out what I think will look best. And it's a journey still to this day after 22 years, I guess it's been. But we all grow and we are all students. So hope you've enjoyed it, and we will check in with you soon again.